Well, there's no shortage of bookstores in New York City, but one in Midtown East has been in business for 100 years.
All right, Fox 5's Richard Giacovas takes us inside Argosy Book Store.
Walk down the street here in the heart of New York City in Midtown and you'd almost miss it. That's a bookstore, but this is just not your average bookstore. This is the oldest bookstore in all of New York City. In fact, this year it turns 100, and we're going to show you inside. The year was 1925. F. Scott Fitzgerald published The Great Gatsby, and Calvin Coolidge was serving his second year as president. And on 59th Street, across from Bloomingdale's, a little-known bookstore was born. Let's climb aboard this old-fashioned elevator equipped with its own operator.
So this is special.
Wow. And explore the hidden treasures stored on the endless shelves of the Argosy Book Store in Midtown.
This is an autograph department.
And that's where our tour begins, in this gallery on the top floor, beyond the books, where co-owner Adina Cohen shows us the famous letters signed by Civil War heroes and the photographs with signatures penned by legendary icons like Liza Minnelli. There's even a check signed by Clark Gable, all for sale. And this is just a piece of a tightly bound maze of history.
It's a fantastic early edition.
Yes, it is.
Adina, along with sister Judith Lowry and nephew Ben, are continuing the next chapter in this bookstore journey. Argosy was passed down to Judith and Adina by their father, who worked in a bookstore in high school as an after-school job. His dream was to open one of his own. So he did, back in 1925. And 100 years later, it's still relevant. Why?
The relevant people find us and keep us going.
People like Bill, who's been browsing at Argosy since he was a kid.
It's the same, it doesn't change.
Despite new offers coming in almost daily to buy this piece of storied history, son Ben says the answer is always no thank you.
Cold calls and people coming in and offers, some very good offers. It's really not on the table. It's, you know, I have 2 kids and someday hopefully they'll join the fold.
Put that right into the camera.
As for those actual recycled books, some priceless first editions that are locked away, many of them are brought in or donated to Argosy. The man in charge of restoration, Richard Rosenblatt, another employee who's been in charge of rebinding and repainting hundreds of books a day for nearly 4 decades.
Here it is. Very lightly, I'm going to go into these areas, right, that are scuffed.
Richard treats every book with TLC, even the weathered bindings that are exempt from restoration because they're just too delicate to handle. But for those who want to experience the gift of Argosy, go in and get lost. Dive deep into some of the most prominent works. Look for the rarest signatures and appreciate a part of history that's still here in Manhattan.
If you have an intellectual life, it can carry you through your older years. Like a ship saving you from drowning.
Oh, and if you're wondering why Mr. Cohen chose the name Argosy, well, we'll go back in time again, when choosing the letter A would put the store at the top of the phone book directory. And you can find those here, too. In Midtown, Richard Giacovas, Fox 5 News.